Watching this video will immediately guarantee to increase your ROAS or lower your cost per lead and make sure that you have more profitable results. And that's because of one simple tweak you can change in your campaign structure right now that will make all the difference. So if you're new to the channel, you don't yet know who I am. My name is Justin and I'm the founder at pitadvertising.com, an online marketing growth firm specializing in elevating thriving brands by simplifying e-commerce growth. With that being said, we've profitably spent over $9.6 million on ads last year, with a little bit more than half of that spent on Meta. Let's get straight into today's video. So as you can see right now, I am on my own ad account. This actually is the agency's ad account, and this is my cold campaign right now, if you want, which is reaching out to potential brands out there that may or may not want to partner with us. I want to bring your attention to this little column, if you want, at the right hand side. It says frequency. Frequency right here is at 1.76. And again, this is a cold campaign, meaning I am only targeting specific countries, which I'll show you in a second. So here's my targeting. Quite simple. Location, Canada, UK, US, minimum age 18. That's it. Nothing else. No exclusions, no interests, no inclusions, like literally just location, age, that's it. So I needed to start this video by showing you this to pre-frame the context in which I wanted to record this topic of retargeting, right? I've seen a video lately, to not name any names, but coming from a pretty big YouTuber in the space, talking about how he does retargeting and how he sets up his custom audiences and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. The largest possible pool of retargeting is just simply broad, right? It's as simple as that. That's what you've seen here, and that's why I pre-framed this video by showing you my frequency. Because if I show you that my frequency is above 1, well, therefore, I am doing some retargeting, right? In fact, here, I'm getting closer and closer to 2x, which basically means that in a 30-day window, somebody, on average, will see my ad twice, which therefore means they're being retargeted automatically by Facebook. So that's the first piece of kind of context, or second piece of context if you wanted to add. Now, frequency is always, and I dare you to challenge me on that. If any of you can prove me wrong, then feel free to do so and drop your experience in the comments down below. But I've never ever seen an ad account where frequency is actually at 1 on the dot. Meaning there is not a single person that would see this ad twice, that would see this campaign twice. It never happens. Okay, so if we start from the fact that frequency is always going to be above 1, which therefore tells you that there's always going to be retargeting done, even if you have top of funnel campaign, even if, and I already hear the devil's advocates here saying, well, Justin, it's because you don't have any exclusions done in your campaign structure. I'm telling you, even if you have exclusions, your exclusions now, which brings me to my next point, they're never 100% accurate. If you upload custom audiences, or even if you upload audiences from data sources native to Facebook, like Facebook engagement or IG engagement, this is never 100% accurate. Why? Again, some people asked to opt out of tracking from Meta, right? So Meta cannot accurately predict whether or not these people are part of a given audience. So even if you exclude these people from an audience, you will never exclude 100% of these people, which is why I'm telling you, prove me wrong if you can, but never, ever will you see a top of funnel ad set or campaign having anything different than above 1x frequency. But now, what if you still want to give Meta directions about your audience? Well, now by default, the default is called Advantage Plus Audience, which you can see here from your ad set level. Our ad technology automatically finds your audience if you share an audience suggestion. Very important word, suggestion. We will prioritize audiences matching this profile before searching more widely. And this is where actually kind of brought me off the wrong way, where I've seen a video again from a YouTuber saying, well, what you got to do right here actually is, if you want to do retargeting, set up your retargeting under like audience suggestion, and then Meta will start by finding the retargeting, and it'll then go broader. It'll then go towards cold audiences. Then why do so in the first place? Why set parameters for Meta to look a specific direction if in the future it will have to rearrange itself and look elsewhere? I am of the belief that you don't even need to set up any suggestions. Meta will just know who to retarget. And then before, again, somebody plays devil's advocate and tells me, well, Justin, what if I want to show a specific offer to somebody who's already seen my ads a couple of times? Or what if I want to show different ads, right? Because these people are now more aware about my brand, more aware of my product, more aware of my service business, right? They've probably seen my ads, so I need to show them like something different. I need to stack up the social proof. I've got some arguments for you coming up in a second, okay? So now, again, by default, you have Advantage Plus Audiences, which means Meta will go outside of that. that. If you try and switch to original audience options, well, Meta tells you like don't, because you'll get 33% lower cost per result based on their experiment. Even if you say, yes, I want to force you to go to original audience options, well, now by default, Meta has this little toggle turned on, right? Which says by default, we will be using advantage custom audiences, which is will reach people beyond your custom audience when it is likely to improve performance. So again, they're not only first and foremost giving you audience suggestions, which are like, hey, whatever you tell us, we'll just use as a suggestion. It doesn't mean we'll necessarily be doing that. And then when you tell them, no, I want to have manual control, they're like, it's going to give you 30% lower results. Are you sure? And you click yes, they're still by default going to try to weasel their way into making sure that they have control over your targeting. And then you would have to do as a third time, essentially uncheck that to finally have set defining parameters that Facebook won't go out of. But I don't know about you, when I see 3 or almost you could argue 4 warnings to not do something, I'm not necessarily incentivized to want to do it. If somebody tells you do not put your hand on the hot stove, and then you're like, well, whatever, and then they're like, no, here's a big red flashing sign, do not put your hand on the hot stove, you'll be like, okay, maybe like I'll start chilling now. But then for some reason, marketers still want to play with retargeting, which just baffles me. Okay, so now I'll answer the questions I said earlier that people playing devil's advocate, right, will probably start asking, well, Justin, what if I want to show an offer to somebody, right, who's already seen my ads? I want to push them over the edge. Well, for any B2C company, okay, so business to consumers, right? Would it be e-commerce? Would it be an info product, again, that is a B2C company? Would it be a local business offering a service? Would it be chiropractors, dentists, etc.? I still think that you're better off doing these types of offers only to an existing customer list, which is your most aware customers. In all of these cases, you've already grabbed data. As an example, anybody who is quite aware of your business, as an e-commerce business or info product business, you most likely have information about them. Because if that person ended up on your website, well, if you're using Klaviyo or something like retention.com, you will have grabbed the person's email on your website, which then means you can start emailing them, you can start blasting them with messages to push them over the edge and then to recoup essentially a possible abandoned cart if you want, right? And then you go to info product businesses, well, you probably have lead magnets, you probably have an opt-in page, you probably have a webinar where you have a lead list, retarget these people through emails, SMS, have a team of setters calling these people, going to local businesses, same thing. Anybody who's shown any sign of interest about what you have to offer remotely will have given you their information, okay? And usually they would have given you this information willingly as opposed to e-commerce, which is more grabbed by the pixels sometimes. So with that being said, local businesses in that sense too have an existing list of numbers or emails from consumers that may or may not have converted in the past, which you can blast through again. I've shared countless case studies on the channel of some of our clients that had, great success with us through ads, and also shared a little bit about what they were doing email wise. I'll put a screenshot on screen right now actually of one of our local business clients who literally told us after we helped them set up SMS quote unquote retargeting blast for their existing lists of prospects, right, or patients that have came from ads in the past, they didn't necessarily convert. They collected an extra $20,000 to $30,000 just for a Valentine's Day promotion or offer to reactivate that list. Once again, people that shown interest are now disinterested or disengaged, or they're at least waiting the right time to buy from you. One offer collected $20,000 to $30,000 for a local business once again. So anybody who is in the B2C space, I still think that retargeting on ads is useless. You acquire data, you acquire information at the top of funnel level from your consumers. Once you have information, only then do they become middle/bottom of funnel consumers, and only then, well, you now have a different way of reaching them, which you can do through email or SMS. And then I'll bring a second argument to that point. I would argue that it is better for you to do full funnel advertising within a top of funnel campaign, because going back to every kind of truth and fact that we've established today, number one, your largest pool of retargeting is just broad, because we know that a broad targeting campaign, a top of funnel campaign, no matter the exclusions you set to it, it will default to showing your ads more than once to the same people. We've also established that even if you do retargeting, well, you have 3 prompts by Meta telling you to not do retargeting, and at each stage, even if you go deeper and deeper, Meta still suggests limits your ads, the more people they want to reach outside of these preset parameters. So then why not just do one campaign, do not put any exclusions on it, and do full funnel advertising? My argument to you is not that retargeting doesn't work in itself, or it's not that people at different awareness levels do not need to see different styles of content. That is far from being the point made in this video. The point made in this video is you don't need to force that anymore onto these specific types of people. Meta will do it for you. What I'm arguing for is make unaware ads, make problem aware ads, make solution aware ads, make product aware ads, make most aware ads. And Meta will show these ads to people corresponding with these awareness levels. Because let's be honest, if you have never searched once in your life for meal replacement options, you've never wanted to eat healthier, you never wanted to, take supplements, you have never even shown any signs of interest into that in your research, Meta won't show you an ad of a meal replacement shake with a discount saying, buy it now. You won't see that on your feed because that's just not what you're interested in. You never shown any signs to the algorithm that you may or may not be a consumer of that product, but you may have shown signs that, you've spent a little bit more time watching videos that talk about, having weight problems. You might have spent a little bit more time commenting or liking videos that, again, address weight problems. So then now Meta knows that you're somewhat problem aware. You have weight problems. So if that same company now is running an ad targeting people that have weight problems that don't yet know of specific solutions to their weight problems, well, you probably will start seeing that ad on your feed because it corresponds with the signs of awareness you have shared with the algorithm. Whereas going back to this, right, the people that will see an ad with your meal shake shown in front of the screen with like a big bold discount, chances are they're already looking for shakes, and them being product aware may or may not mean that they've seen your exact product, but they've seen a whole lot of very, very similar products, probably added some to cart not too long ago, so they're ready to buy, right? They're ready to buy. They just need a reason to buy from someone. Could be you, could be someone else. So will you be that reason to buy? Will somebody else will? Well, that's why your ad might be shown to them at this stage of the funnel. When people speak of middle of funnel or bottom of funnel, I think they often think of their own business, meaning how aware if somebody in regards to my business specifically. When I'm speaking to you about middle of funnel or top of funnel or bottom of funnel, I'm speaking about this person's awareness in regards to your products or products that honestly are direct competitors of yours. Because although somebody may or may not necessarily know the exact problems, as an example, that my agency fixes for their business, right? They might have spoken to 3 or 4 other agencies in the past, and they're quite aware of agencies. They're quite sophisticated in that market. So for me to come out there and start showing them an ad about, hey, do your ad results suck? Why don't you do this and that, with your Facebook ads? These guys are like, well, fuck off my feed, right? I don't want to see you. I've already heard these strategies from other agencies. What they might want to see now is, hey, if you start working with us today, we will give you a 7-day free trial as an example. Now they're like, oh shit, that's great. I'm looking for an agency, in fact, right now, and I already know what agencies have to offer me. I just need an offer now to just push me over the edge, if you want, to commit to a buying decision. The only point I will advocate for in this video, playing again the devil's advocate right here, for specific B2B offers, business to business, retargeting might make sense. Maybe, in big capital letters, maybe. Why? You probably have a much smaller audience, and it might also be hard for you to acquire data to these leads to retarget them elsewhere. So I'm talking about B2B info product businesses, B2B coaching businesses, perhaps agencies. It might make sense, okay? I'll say that again with big capital letters. It might makes sense. There is context also to be had here. I'm gonna give you an example. Somebody came from our YouTube channel, right? I might want to retarget them with an ad, assuming that they viewed our YouTube channel, which will speak to them in a slightly different way. And I might want to do that. Why? Because I don't yet have their information. Also because my total addressable market is only a handful of thousand people. So I know that I need to siphon as much juice as possible out of that very small audience. And that's the only sort of argument I would have to play against what I said in this video. 80 to 95%, I'd say, of our ad accounts are not utilizing retargeting. Very, very rare that we will do so. And if we do so, there is a particular reason for it. And usually it's because it's a B2B business. Sometimes I'll hear people telling me, well, Justin, I have an incredibly high ROAS on my retargeting campaign and I have a much lower one on my top of funnel. Why should I kill my retargeting? Don't kill it, combine it. By moving these same ads, the same ads that are getting a crazy, results, very profitable results on your retargeting, add these same ad creatives to your top of funnel campaign that is most likely broad. Open up your exclusions. I'm telling you, these ads will keep converting in that other campaign. You won't dip in ROAS. In fact, you probably will be able to get through more people because by using custom audiences, as mentioned earlier, you're probably only getting a fraction of everybody that could partake in that audience because of Meta's tracking now since iOS 14 a couple of years ago, right? A lot of these people aren't even being tracked by these custom audiences. You probably only have 40s, 50s, 60, 70% at best efficiency with these custom audiences. So if you move these same high performing ads into your top of funnel campaign, they will keep performing. They will be shown to people who probably are a little bit more aware about what you have to offer and beyond. If you're watching this video and you are an e-commerce, info product, or B2C SaaS company, you want to work with a Facebook, Google, and or TikTok ads partner, click the link down below and book in a call to speak with our team at paidadvertising.com today. And on that note, I'm going to invite you to check out other videos on the channel for some more useful marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.